Stage, Jon Davis, who will deliver up the last talk of the evening, the 25th hour.
Well, it's just been an amazing night here at Ignite Charlotte. So many incredible speakers and ideas. It's just a lot of energy in the room. So if you stick with me for 5 more minutes, I promise to give you a way you can have 25 hours in your day. And it made me wonder, sometimes are we human beings or human doings? We're in a rush sometimes and so overwhelmed. But if I then gave you 30 hours in your day, it still would feel like it wasn't enough. And what is the first thing we do with a scarcity of time? We multitask, right? Like this person here. And it's not that we can't do it, it's how effective we are when we do it. And I was dating this girl one time, and of course doing several things at once. We're running late for dinner, and I sent a text to a friend saying, "Sorry we're running late, my girlfriend's being ridiculous." And guess who the text went to? It went to her. So needless to say, by multitasking, I was in the doghouse for days, and spent a lot of time getting out of that. And it can be difficult not to multitask, right? We've got all these devices, we've got iPads and iPhones and computers, and it takes us away from our primary task at hand. And actually doing that, when you accept that phone or email call, it increases the time to do your primary task by up to 25%. And with all these emails coming at us, it's constant. And how are we supposed to really get out of that? And I think that's the question. Because email can become this chaos ball, and it really starts to lower our energy. And so recently I had a 25-hour day. You want me to share it with you? Yeah. All right. So I was on this hike, and it was amazing. And it was just me and my dog, Brooks, who's a Labrador. And I didn't have any email, no text, nothing, all these devices coming at me. And when I finished the hike, I thought it was probably 8 or 9 o'clock. It was actually only 4 p.m. And it made me reflect and feel like, I wonder if I start doing activities one thing at a time, would I feel more complete? And would time start to stand still for me? So we can't go on a hike all day, every day. So my call to action tonight is called the 25th hour. And I would invite each one of you to start doing one activity for 1 hour that really makes you come alive. Something that makes you feel more full and complete, that time is expansive for you. And it has to be an activity where it's just one thing at a time. So you have to turn off your phone, your emails, you'll be able to get back to those people, and start to do something that brings you purpose and meaning. It could be the time you've been meaning to spend with your kids, or something that makes you feel like a kid again, like these two. Something that recreates you. The root word of recreation is actually recreate. Maybe it's that book you've been meaning to write, that race you want to train for. And share your activities with me at the hashtag 25th hour. And start to look at the cost in your own life of not having the time of what's most important to you and the people closest to you. And for me, I'll share a story with the cost for me in my own life. That's a picture of my younger brother, Hunter. And in my early 20s, I was so busy and so caught up in myself that I couldn't even see that my little brother was really struggling. And he was struggling with a drug addiction at the time. And part of it was, he told me recently, is that he felt he really couldn't be like himself. And I know that in such a rush, and the fact that I wasn't there for him, that part of that was something that I created. And it totally reconnected me with the idea that not only does it affect how we spend our time, but it's what is the message other people are getting when we don't cultivate our own authenticity and have that time for ourselves. And my younger brother's completely been an amazing inspiration for me. This is us recently at the Whitewater Center. So much so that every morning I get a text sent automatically to me that says, "Be an example for Hunter." And it makes me just pause, just for a moment, and look at what I'm doing with my time and make sure it aligns with what's important to me. And it made me realize, are we just doing things with our time, or are we actually being with time? And we're in such a rush sometimes that we can really miss things. And as you heard, one of my goals in life is to co-create a world where people come alive with their authenticity. And I think when we understand the art and science behind it, we can begin to be more present with ourselves and the people around us. And we will start to invite other people to work on their best self and feel like time is abundant. And we may even start to feel like we live in a world that has 25 hours. Thank you very much.